The world's biggest tournament is coming, and the official FIFA World Cup 26 Tri-Under competition ball is here at the Goal 90 shop. Designed for the game's biggest stage, it's built for precision, speed and control. Right now, you can make it yours with 30% off plus free shipping. Don't just watch the World Cup, own a piece of it. Visit goal90.shop today and order now. It is often said that your club is temporal, but your country is permanent. Yet, someone forgot to tell these players. From affairs that destroyed friendships to blackmail scandals that ended careers, these stories prove that sharing an international dressing room isn't always the unifier we imagine it to be. When Dani Carvajal stormed across the pitch after the final whistle, fingers pointing and words flying, Lamine Yamal stood his ground. The Barcelona star had just tasted defeat at the Bernabeu, but the veteran Real Madrid captain wasn't done. Days before kickoff, Yamal had gone on a streaming show and cheekily suggested that Madrid steal, complain and do things to win matches. Carvajal had been waiting for this moment. The confrontation turned chaotic as players from both sides rushed in, and even Thibaut Courtois joined the fray, getting in Yamal's face while teammates desperately tried to pull everyone apart. But what made this incident particularly explosive was the fact that these two wear the same Spain jersey. Within hours of the final whistle, Yamal had unfollowed Carvajal on Instagram, then Pedri did the same, then Gerard Martin. The Barcelona players had drawn their battle lines, and Spain's national team harmony suddenly looked much shakier. John Terry and Wayne Bridge were once Chelsea teammates who shared trophy-laden seasons together, but in early 2010, everything imploded when news emerged that Terry had allegedly been involved with Vanessa Peroncel, Bridge's former partner and the mother of his child. The fallout was immediate and brutal. When the teams met after the scandal broke, Bridge deliberately walked past Terry during the pre-match handshakes with his hands firmly by his sides. The image became iconic, a public rejection that spoke volumes about the personal devastation underneath. Terry was stripped of the England captaincy by Fabio Capello, though he continued to receive international call-ups. Bridge, however, made the decision himself. After 36 caps for the Three Lions, he withdrew from international consideration, stating he felt his position was untenable. That handshake snub wasn't just about one moment of awkwardness. It represented the complete breakdown of trust between two men who had once been brothers in arms. Gerard Piqué and Sergio Ramos somehow managed to forge one of international football's most successful defensive partnerships despite absolutely despising each other. During the height of the Guardiola versus Mourinho era, when Barcelona and Real Madrid's rivalry reached toxic levels, these two were expected to set everything aside for Spain. They did to an extent, helping La Roja maintain their dominance through multiple tournaments, but nobody was fooled into thinking they were friends. Ramos made his feelings clear in 2017. When Gerard Piqué attacks Real Madrid, our club, our crest, our colours, it does have an impact. He suggested that Piqué couldn't help himself, that whenever things got too quiet, the Barcelona defender felt compelled to stir things up. The mutual respect they maintained on the pitch was purely professional. They knew how to defend together and were effective as a unit. But off the pitch, the El Clasico divide proved too deep to bridge. Before we continue, have you subscribed to our new channel Goal 90 Extra? We have come under massive attack recently and have had to delete almost 2,000 videos on this channel. Goal 90 Extra is our last-ditch attempt to remain on YouTube if the unfortunate happens. So yes, we need your help. Kindly subscribe now. Mauro Icardi and Maxi Lopez were more than just teammates at Sampdoria. Lopez, 9 years Icardi's senior, reportedly took the young Argentine under his wing. He even invited Icardi into his family life, introducing him to his wife, Wanda Nara, and their children. That generosity would come back to haunt him in the most painful way imaginable. By 2013, Lopez and Nara's marriage had collapsed, and almost immediately, rumors began swirling about Icardi and Nara. Some claimed it was an affair that started while Lopez and Nara were still together. Others insisted the relationship only began after her separation. Icardi was adamant that he and Lopez were never close friends, just colleagues. But his subsequent actions suggested something far more calculated. Within months, Icardi married Nara. Then came the tattoos of Lopez's children inked on his arm, a move that Lopez found deeply disturbing. Icardi began posting photos of Lopez's kids on social media despite his explicit requests to stop, even accusing Lopez of being a neglectful father. This, no doubt, killed any kind of relationship they ever had. Years later, their relationship remains shattered, with Icardi's turbulent marriage to Nara also ending in an equally messy divorce. Karim Benzema spent nearly 6 years exiled from the French national team because of a tape scandal involving Mathieu Valbuena. In 2015, someone stole an intimate video from Valbuena's phone and attempted to blackmail him. Benzema, according to prosecutors, was recruited by the blackmailers to act as an intermediary. During a France training camp, Benzema approached Valbuena about the tape, claiming he was trying to help. But police and prosecutors interpreted his involvement differently, believing he was pressuring Valbuena to pay up. Valbuena's testimony was damning. "I have never met anyone who is going to destroy a video for free just because they love me. You shouldn't treat people like idiots." A Versailles court found Benzema guilty of complicity in attempted blackmail in November 2021, handing him a 1-year suspended sentence and a €75,000 fine. The Madrid man disappeared from the French national team for 5.5 years, missing Euro 2016 and the 2018 World Cup that France won. He only returned for Euro 2020. Valbuena never played for France again. His international days finished at 31. Kevin De Bruyne walked into training in 2012 and discovered that his girlfriend Caroline Linen had been seeing Thibaut Courtois. The truth was messier than anyone expected. Linen later revealed that De Bruyne had cheated on her first with one of her best friends. When De Bruyne confessed and begged for another chance, she tried to make it work, but their relationship was broken. That's when Courtois entered the picture. "With Thibaut, I could talk about anything and everything, and he even prepared me a delicious meal," Linen explained. "Kevin never did that for me." Her justification was brutal. "Kevin cheated on me." I thought, why shouldn't I do that too? De Bruyne addressed it in his 2014 autobiography. "Although I still cannot believe what Courtois has done, we continue to work together professionally." Belgium's golden generation went to multiple tournaments with these two as integral members. They've faced each other at club level dozens of times. Neither has ever fully reconciled, but they've learned to coexist through cold professionalism born of necessity rather than forgiveness. Robin van Persie and Carvajal and Huntelaar spent the better part of a decade competing for the same striking position, and their rivalry became genuinely toxic. Ruud Gullit traced the animosity back to the 2010 World Cup. There has been irritation between them since the 2010 World Cup. It was simmering at Euro 2012, and it all exploded. The breaking point came during a Euro 2016 qualifier against Kazakhstan in 2014. The Netherlands were trailing 1-0 when Van Persie got the ball in a promising position, with Huntelaar completely unmarked and screaming for a pass. Van Persie ignored him and shot from a tight angle, missing badly. Huntelaar exploded, gesticulating wildly. Van Persie responded with a dismissive gesture. "If that ball had come to me, I could have run it into the goal," Huntelaar told reporters. "I was focused on that chance." Van Persie insisted, "In that position, I was right to shoot." The reaction from Huntelaar was a bit exaggerated. The underlying tension was years of competition, of Huntelaar believing he deserved the starting spot. Despite winning that match 3-1, the Netherlands failed to qualify for Euro 2016, their first tournament absence in over a decade. Which brings us back to where we started. The tension between Vinicius Jr. and Rafinha isn't just about one heated Clásico. Brazilian fans have watched Rafinha emerge as arguably their most decisive player during World Cup qualifying, scoring goal after goal alongside plenty of assists. Meanwhile, Vinicius hasn't been nearly as effective during the current qualification cycle. When their team needed someone to step up, it was Rafinha delivering. After Real Madrid's victory, emotions were running high. Vinicius had already stormed off after being substituted, raging before disappearing down the tunnel. When he emerged at the final whistle, things kicked off between the two sets of players, with Vinicius and Rafinha at the centre. But here's where it gets interesting. Just months before, Rafinha had actually protected Vinicius during a Brazil match, physically pushing him off the pitch to prevent him from getting booked before a crucial Argentina match. That's what teammates do for each other. Yet now, they were going at it in front of millions. Carlo Ancelotti may need to become a full-time mediator during the next break. These 8 pairs prove that wearing the same national team jersey doesn't automatically create brotherhood. Sometimes the wounds run too deep, the betrayal's too personal, the ego's too large. Some bridges can be rebuilt, others stay burnt forever. That's just football. Do you know any other pairs that belong on this list? Let us know in the comments. Remember to leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to turn on bell notifications so that you never miss out on any new videos. Catch you next time. Bye.